From time to time, I feel like an update on the roll cart. We just did a video on the Mr. Big. If you got any interest in that, it's about 20 minutes, but there's a lot going on over there. I very much have always worked in a shop that I did not have to lock my roll cart or my toolbox up. Had good security, worked with guys I didn't have to worry about things coming up missing. So I'm a big fan of utilizing the lid. So this lid never gets closed. I do have the keys for it, but this is a lot of real estate that I believe is worth using. So there are times where this is completely full and you'll see it's still a little bit of a wreck, but I use every inch of this thing. So a lot of snap-on screwdrivers. Use quite a few of those. That's a Matco dealer that's out of business. He's been out of business a long time, but I appreciate the free screwdriver. I do run a lot of the 14-4, but you'll see the major brands. Here in Missouri, we do state inspections, so I use that scraper quite often at the shop, not much out here. Keep their FDX mid-length 3/8 drive chrome sockets here. I use these when I have a bolt that's starting to round, not necessarily my go-to all the time. I got this set of 1/2-inch drive deep metric sockets when I bought a very high dollar torque wrench, so those were all free. I didn't think I'd use them very often, but I actually, for the last 10 years, I've used the crap out of them. I do run snap-ons, Torx, and you can see some of them are broken or been replaced. I like the Mac Axis ratchets, but as you can see, I've got about all the snap-ons as well. Both of them equally good. I'm a big flank drive fan. I've had this set of wrenches for well over 20 years, and I have all of them that I've always had. I don't know that I've ever lost any of them. Just some extra specialty sockets. Snap-on shallow Allens. I like their magnetic trays because I utilize the top. This is some Gray Pneumatic. These are really nice because they're a magnetic wobble sometimes, and these are magnetic shallows. These are some Mac, I forget what they call these. They're supposed to do everything. Not a huge fan. I do use them occasionally. I've broken a couple of them and I don't have a Mac dealer anymore, so one of these days I'll get a new one. Just kind of some hodgepodge stuff there. Axle nut sockets live here. Some of my standard stuff. I don't do a lot of standard stuff. I'm a big Diablo guy. I spend the extra money and I get the Diablo blades. I've used about all of them, and this is by far my favorite. I've had this set of Cordwell semi-deeps. This is probably the socket set that I use the most. I love these. These are awesome. That's kind of my go-to. Down here off the side of the tray, I do keep my gloves and some spare screwdrivers. As you can see, I am a DeWalt guy as well. Just some more pry bars and doing a little carburetor stuff there is what that's for. Tie rod end, Ford tranny tool socket or disconnects. Normally these hang up somewhere in here. I'll get those put away in a little bit. I did order off Amazon this rack. Does a really good job keeping your tools out of the center of your cart. So I utilize that a bunch. Those aren't empty, they're just out in other places in the shop here. This top drawer has always been kind of my consumables go-to. If you think it looks like a wreck, tell me about it. But this is just kind of quick service, RTVs, just stuff that I use, different Scotch-Brite or twist lock pads. You know, just stuff you gotta have, but there's really not a good play, or maybe that's just I live like a slob. This is my wrench drawer, and then some of my ratchets live here. So I keep a lot of my ratchets right up front here. A lot of my bigger wrenches, those only go up to 19. My gear wrenches, some standard stuff here. And then my stubbies. I don't use those too often, but when you have to have them, there's really nothing that's going to replace it. This is my go-to pliers, snap rings. I probably need to get another assorted set and maybe put here, but there's a lot of bigger stuff that won't fit in those. And I'm not, you know, too good for about any brand in here. So I think these I got maybe off the Cornwell truck. Big Knipex fans, Knipex, whichever floats your boat. Some rigid stuff. There's probably some Icon stuff in here. Actually, a buddy of mine got me these. Comment down below if you actually know what these are for. I don't use them too often, but when you need them, this is definitely the right tool for the right job. So these are really what got me started on the Knipex. I've had these for over 20 years. I think I bought these off a Matco guy, but I didn't buy much. That Matco guy was a dirtbag. This is my 1/4" drive stuff. Absolute love. This is my go-to. If I can do it in 1/4" drive, I'm gonna. This set was ridiculously expensive, but very high end. My preference is actually this gray pneumatic set. I think you get it on Amazon for about 260 bucks. 1/4" drive ratchets, some Allens in there. Obviously some of my swing press items here, and then some of my long straight with a small offset. Boxed in, worth every penny. And then I'm a big fan of the Snap-on line wrenches with the opened end on the other side. Just about the only way to go. Keep some nut drivers. I use this on just about every car. That's a 1/2" digital torque wrench. And then down at the bottom, this is going to be my overflow, mainly electric tools, but there is some Snap-on, or I'm sorry, some ball joint cups down there, some blow molded cases of some specialty Allen and Torx. But I do like Snap-on toolboxes. I like Snap-on roll carts. However, as you can see, this is not a Snap-on. I love this old school, and it's very old, Cornwell, very well built. They make some that were made overseas and they're not near as good. I've worked with some technicians that have them. Even on the back side of this roll cart, I hang some different things back there, a little quick code reader, tire inflating tools, my power probe. So you got to make the use of what you got. And this is what I got, and I use just about every inch of it. And it does evolve, but as of, you know, 2025, this is my Snap-on roll cart, or I'm sorry, Cornwell roll cart tour.